back again, guys. So I decided to go with sawdust instead of spruce, right? Because I didn't want to mess up a perfectly good spruce, since it's just a demonstration, right? I'm going with this. Anything that breaks off color is just as good as spruce. Okay. So this is what it looks like right now. Not too complicated. It's gonna tell me when to stop digging the inside of the shelter. Super simple, yet effective. And like I mentioned before, you can make it in sections, right? This is how what I meant by sections, right? I've started making the corner of it, and I'm making sure that I get 25 centimeters or so right now, but I'll keep going till 30-40 centimeters, because you need some thickness to it, since it's gonna be the structure of the building, the finished structure, right? And you don't want it too thick, because if it's too thick, well, if it's too thick, you're gonna have problems or issues making the ventilation. You're gonna need a ventilation as well, right? You don't want the air to be stagnant inside of it, because, I mean, quite frankly, you might suffocate, right? So for that you need to have a stick, but we'll go over that later on, okay? And well, I'll keep going. Yeah, we're back. So I've built the outer layer, and the second layer was the sawdust, right? Or the spruce, or whatever you choose to actually use, right? But this is what it looks like from the outside, and it's not that, basically it doesn't say that much, right? But let's have a look at it. So this is a part, right? I blew the proportions a little bit over the top, right? The pile is a little bit bigger than it actually needs to be for one person, but this one is, I mean, I had to intentionally, because that way I can film inside of it and still, you know, make it visible, the interior of the pile. And this one would do as a shelter for, I mean, anywhere in between 2 and 4 people. So it is good to know, but you can downsize it a little bit if you are a solitary traveler, whatever you want to call it, right? I started hollowing out the entrance of it. I made a pile that is elongated for a reason, right? I want the end of the pile to be the entrance, and the other end to be where you put your head, right? This is what it's starting to look like, and you can tell that the straw there keeps me from digging too far, right? Same up there, right? So it's actually really good, or the sawdust in this case, right? But it's a really good indicator to stop digging. And in case you actually punch through the wall to the other side, don't worry, you can put a layer of spruce on top. Just build a well, not, I mean, it doesn't have to be 100% airtight, but you put it on top just so that you can put additional snow on top of that. So it's more to act as a reinforcement until the snow actually solidifies, okay? So if you punch through, no, don't worry, you can always fix it, okay? Now the outside of it needs to be slightly more compact than the inside, right? For obvious reasons, because that is the part that is going to be, you know, it's going to be the structure, the outer structure that you actually end up with, the finished result, or whatever you want to call it, okay? And I mean, it's not really super important that the outer edges of it is 30-40 centimeters. It could be thicker, it doesn't matter. But the rooftop, that is the part where you should stay around 30-40 centimeters to make it easier for your ventilation to work. Okay. Besides, it doesn't have to be thicker. It only gets too heavy. It gets too heavy if it's thicker. So if you like the content, share, like, subscribe. You know, maybe not in that order, but you know the thing. You know the drill, right? I mean, you've been around for a while, so yeah. And see you later.